Oh, hi y'all, welcome. Again, I'm JJ. Thank you so much for having me in your home and in your little screens, whatever you're using. I hope you've been enjoying the On at 6 program, and I've got some great stuff to keep you clubbing. I'm joined, of course, by some great friends, Kiana and Jason, who teach with me at Black Swan. Let's get started in child's pose, y'all. So as you are ready, right, you're gonna slowly bring your knees, your shins down to the floor. Now, if your hips are tight, let's start with the knees apart. If your low back is tight, let's start with the knees together. Whatever's working with you, and then you have that whole spectrum, right, anywhere in between that works for you. And you're just gonna let your head come down to the floor. Again, if you need a pillow or something under your face, bring something underneath your face so you can actually let your head release and your neck release, because a lot of times we can be here and we can float the head a little bit, still cranking to the neck. I want you to sink. So take these next few moments and again, allow yourself to take up some space to arrive. And then just notice, right, scanning, hands, elbows, shoulders. How's the back? How's the neck? How's the belly? How's the low back? How are the hips? How are the knees? How are the ankles? Just checking in. And then whenever you'd like, let's start with a gigantic inhale into the stomach. And let it go. Nice, y'all. Let's go belly and ribs. Just a little bit more inhalation. And out. Let's go belly, ribs, and chest. All three chambers, because if we don't breathe well, we won't move well. Inhale. And let it go. And so now I want you to take about 3 or 4 more of those, right? Finding your pace and cadence. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. And just letting it fall out. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. And letting it fall out. And so that's it, right? That's the only thing that really matters. I want you to keep your pace, your breath, calm, cool, and collected, whatever's working for you. And if things get a little too spicy and you find yourself not able to bring composure to the situation or breathe calmly, just back out a little bit. But as you're ready, start to crawl those hands a little further forward, opening up those fingers nice and wide. Start to claw into the clay, and then pull yourself up to a tabletop position, coming to hands and to knees. No rush getting there whatsoever. Let's open those fingers nice and wide, and then let's shift forward and backward a few times. Again, opening up the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, shifting side to side. Maybe carving that square, forward, right, back, left, forward, right, back, left, and then you start rounding out the edges, and you've made a circle. Reverse direction, and then we can start playing with different variables. Forward, backward, side to side rotation, but turn the fingers out and away from each other. And then notice where that gets a little tricky, how that feels compared to last time. Cool. And then turn your fingers in towards each other, super duper pigeon toe. And again, you can play with those same kind of activations. And again, there's no wrong, right? Kiana's over here playing with some different things that I have not cued exactly. Like, this is just oil change time. Like, how are your wrists, your ankles, your elbows, your shoulders? And then flip all the way to the backs of your hands. After using club, that can get a little bit much for me. Yeah. And then as you're ready, slowly plant the hands flat. Again, let's roll the shoulders around a few times, some shrugs, seeing what's going on there. Shake out the neck, roll the neck around a few times, opening up that whole system. Beautiful. Then we'll start with some cats and cows. Inhale's going to drop your belly, pull your heart through, moving through that arch and that extension of each vertebrae. Exhale, press the ground, curl round. So you tuck the tailbone, you flex the abdominals, you dome the chest, you tuck the chin. Move back and forth between these two extremes now for the next 6 or 7 breaths. Inhaling, pulling the heart through. Exhaling, doming, and rounding. And then after you've gone forward and backwards, say like 3 or 4 times, start to wiggle and wave side to side. Start to add a little rotation, right? Maybe kind of shake the head out a little bit, shake the tail feathers, get sassy. Get weird for these next 2, 3 breaths. Again, scanning, oil change, diagnostic check. How's your stuff doing? Right? This is where we start bringing awareness to it. Right? Neck, shoulders, hips, knees, toes, disposition. From there, you're going to slowly come back to neutral. You're going to plant your left hand underneath your face and inhale your right arm all the way up towards the sky. Right hand reaches all the way up towards the sky, nice and easy. From here, I want you to begin to rotate the palm, elbow, and shoulder in and then out as much as you can. Yeah, just wringing it out, breathing as you do so. Again, now we're just slowly corkscrewing in and out, releasing all these tissues. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to thread the needle. You're going to take that right shoulder all the way down and through. You can keep it nice and simple, right? That hand could just be a pillow for your face as that right hand searches for the left side of the room. In time, that left hand might reach back behind your back, as Kiana's moving into. You might even be able to extend the leg. Not that you have to, because right here where Jason is, this is a wonderful stretch through the shoulder by itself. There's just options, it's progression, and it can change day to day. Some days I'm here, some days I'm there, some days I'm further or closer in between, whatever's working. But just take an inhale, nice and calm, and stay. And do that one more time, because you're fine. Nice. Plant your left hand whenever you're ready, slowly coming out. Yeah, if you have that extension. Take your right hand all the way back up into the sky. No rush getting there. And then slowly bring your right hand all the way back down to the floor. Plant your right hand and take your left hand up towards the sky. And then from there, again, we're going to rotate the palm, the shoulder, and the elbow. Full corkscrew, getting into all the tissues of the rotator cuff, into the scapula, starting to release some of the muscles in the chest, the ribs, the neck. Take one more inhale, and exhale, thread your needle, taking it all the way down and through, just pulling them through. And again, maybe that right hand is just a pillow. Maybe it tucks behind the back. Maybe that right leg extends. Wherever you have gone, bring composure to this situation. And take about 4 more breaths. Nice and easy. It just takes time. It just takes a little consistency. And the progressive adaptation occurs. You've got one more inhale. Stay. Plant your right hand. Inhale, your left hand reaches all the way up towards the sky, fully unwinding. And bring your left hand down towards the floor. Beautiful. From there, reach the right hand back up towards the sky. And then we're going to karate chop the top left corner. I'm going to bring the right hand down to the top left corner, karate chop, palm up, thumb open. And you're going to sink your hips to the back right heel, letting this hand even traction on the floor. And that is going to pull your ribs nice and long. And then take one more inhale. Slowly come up. Right hand plants, inhale, your left hand reaches up again. And then slowly karate chop the top right corner. Palm open, thumb open, shift the hips back, and breathe. Because again, that gets spicy. I mean, that's a lot of spice in the ribs. Oh, you can even let your face just fall on your bicep. Oh, so nice. Take one more inhale. Nice. As you're ready, slowly come up. Let's go ahead and, bring those knees together. Tuck your toes underneath you. And from here, I want you to sink your hips back towards your heels. Again, your hands can be forward. This is a toe squat, and for me, it is brutal. And just breathe. And if you can come all the way up, that's super exciting. And if not, no worries. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. Get those feetsies. Take care of the root. Awesome. Slowly come out of that. Great job, ninjas. From there, you can just keep the toes tucked, and you can shift all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Taking your time. If you need to adjust the stance or anything, that's completely fine. Yeah. And then again, let's get a little cha-cha going. Pedaling the feet back and forth. Yeah, nice. And then lift your heels as high as you can, tippy toes, and relax them down. Lift your heels as high as you can. Drop them over to the right side of the room. Yeah. Lift your heels as high as you can. Drop them over to the left side of the room. Let's do that one more time each side. Lift them high. Little spin, pivot, rotation down. Pins them down. Lift your heels high and drop them over to the left. Excellent. Slowly bring the knees back down to the floor, coming back down to tabletop position. Excellent. We open up the hamstrings. Now I want you to tighten the belly. I want you to kick your right leg towards the back of the room. Right leg is going to kick straight back and out. You're flexing the toes down, getting full activation through the hamstring, the glute, all the way out of the heel. From there, tightening the belly, moving as little as you can outside of the left hand. I want that left hand to start reaching forward towards the front of the space. Again, squeezing the shoulder blade together, pulling that shoulder away from the ear, tight belly, long spine. Take one more inhale, create a little more distance. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in, touch elbow to knee if you can. Inhale, extend, growing long through those 2 limbs. Exhale, return. Inhale, grow long. Last one, gang. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, grow as long as you can. Continue to breathe calmly as you slowly bring the left hand and the right knee down to the floor. No rush. Resettle, tighten the belly, kick your left leg towards the back of the room, flexing the toes down. More energy out of the heels, tighten the belly. And from there, again, shifting as little as you can through anywhere else of the body, I want you to reach your right hand forward towards the front of the room. Again, squeezing the shoulder blade down and back. Yes, nice, Kiana, exactly. Creating a lot of space between ear and shoulder. Take one more inhale, grow as long as you can. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in. Inhale, grow as long as you can, creating distance. Exhale, crunch, because I want to be in control whether I'm tight or long. Inhale, grow long. Last one, exhale, curl in. Inhale, grow as long as you can. Hold that for a beat. Keep breathing calmly as you bring the right hand and the left knee down to the floor. Tuck the toes again. Inhale, pull the heart through a little cat pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shift up and back into the sky. Excellent job. And again, breath calm, face calm. Wonderful. From there, I want you to begin to walk your hands back to your feet. Hand over hand over hand. Taken. Yo. Time. Grab for opposite elbows when you get there. Maybe take the hands to the back of your head. Right, I love letting the neck traction a little bit longer. Maybe a gentle sway side to side. Ooh, straighten your right leg and then straighten your left leg as you bend the opposite. And that's going to kind of turn the torso, as you can see, just slowly adjusting what's going on in the hips. Yeah, there you go. Excellent, y'all. Nice. Little fun trick. Release the fingertips down. Press into your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, a long spine. Think a 7. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. You are the edge of the ledge of the cliff. Long and strong. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, taking your time, rising with a lot of grace and strength. Exhale, twist open to the right. Right hand behind, left hand in front, touching both walls. Inhale, reach your hands high, and you can open everything to the left, twisting and rotating and reaching. Inhale, reach your hands high. Belly tight, butt tight. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart, let some love in. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, swan dive gracefully down to the floor, taking your time. Inhale, halfway lift, a flat spine. Exhale, fold. Begin to crawl your hands forward, downward facing dog, locked into position. Useful. Right, capable, strong, yeah. And then slower than you'd like to, gang, begin to tiptoe your feet all the way up towards your hands. Don't skip the part you want to skip. Face that fire or it's never going to get better. Whew, and breathe, exhale. Grab for opposite elbows. Maybe take the hands to the back of your head. Traction the neck a little bit longer. Yes, yes, yes. It just takes time. Again, just take some time. Release the fingertips down. Press into your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, that flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, reaching tall up towards the sky. Don't move your hips. Exhale, twist open to the right. Right hand behind, left hand in front. Nice adjustment, y'all. Inhale, reach your hands high. As you exhale, twist open to the left. When you reach your hands high as you inhale, exhale, cactuses the arms, open the heart, maybe bend into your knees, take up some space. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, swan dive gracefully back down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, a flat spine. Exhale, fold and step just your right foot to the back of the mat. So just righty slides back, cool. We're in that lunge. Shift forward and backward a few times. And side to side a few times. Pivot and rotate. Could you squish a bug? Squish a bug. But don't really, actually. Yeah. Ooh. Right hand's going to plant when you're ready, ninjas, and take your left hand all the way up towards the sky. Again, wrapping the heart, the ribs, the belly. Her legs still strong, pressing, tearing the mat, maybe crushing it. Take one more inhale. Slowly bring the left hand down. Drop your right knee to the floor. Low crescent lunge is going to sweep both hands high towards the sky. And the breath is calm and the face is calm. Let's bring the hands behind the head to start opening up the heart. Again, just carving some space for the posture. Take one more inhale, y'all, again, as you pull yourself up. Stay. And then next inhale, reach your hands high. We're going to take an easy twist to the left. Left hand behind, right hand in front, just like we did standing, except now we're just in a low lunge position. Reach those arms a little further apart. Very nice. Inhale, reach your hands all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, half split. Bring the hands down around your front foot gently. If you need a book or a block, awesome. You're going to shift the hips back and straighten your left leg. And then let the head release, because sometimes that neck wants to get involved like a little sibling. I'm helping. I'm helping. I don't think so. Point the toes forward. Flex the toes back. I was the little brother, so I know. Point the toes forward. Flex the toes back. Ooh, turn them to the left. Ooh, yay, darkness. Ooh, turn them to the right. Literal magma on the inside of the leg. And we've turned those toes to the left, maybe a little lava because it's on the outside of the leg. These things are important. And then a little extra fun, bring your foot back to neutral, plant your right hand. Now be gentle. If you can't breathe into this, back up a little bit. You're going to plant your right hand to the inside of your left leg and start to take your left hand up towards the sky, moving into that twist, but now that left leg is straight. Toes still flexing back towards your face, and again, if you cannot breathe here, back up a little bit, and we will progressively adapt without forcing things. Take one more inhale, and exhale, bring that left hand down. Whoo, Firetown, population us. Bend back into the left knee. Tuck the right toe, lift the right knee. Nice, we're back to that strong lunge, gang. Right hand plants, left hand reaches all the way up towards the sky. Bring the left hand down to the inside of the left leg. Keep the back knee lifted. From there, I want you to look back at your right heel. I want you to seal it down about a 45-degree angle. So maybe it needs to come in closer, and that's fine, but I want you to be able to press into it. From there, you're going to take your right hand to your hip. Yeah, oh yeah, a whole lot of sass. And then you're going to start to wrap the belly, the ribs, the chest, open to the right side of the room. Like you're taking this right shoulder and pressing it into the wall behind you as you wrap back and open. Continue to lengthen out of the spine. Continue to press your right heel firmly into the floor and feel your groin start to tighten up. Belly tight, breath calm. If you can breathe here, take that right hand and reach it up towards the sky. If you can still breathe there, you can take the top hand and start reaching it forward towards the front of the room, continuing to wrap the armpit open. Excellent. Take one more inhale. Wherever you are, exhale, bring the right hand back down to the floor. Drop your right knee to the floor. Lizard, lizard, cat, cow. My personal favorite. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, dome, curl, and round. And so notice, especially as you curl and round when the hips want to back up, I'd like you to try and keep your hips locked into the front of the room. So you've inhaled, you've pulled your heart, and our hips come forward. Now don't let them move again as you curl, maximizing the mobility that we're creating in the actual spine, so the hips don't just compensate for us. And for me, it's way more intense, but way more effective and efficient for time spent, right? Use your time wisely. Good job, y'all. Feel free to stay here the rest of class, gang, or tuck the right toe, lift the right knee, and step back, downward facing dog. Nice and loaded. And check back in with the breath. Now, begin to bend into your knees, gazing forward, loading the hips to hop or just unload. Take one more inhale, and exhale, step or hop. Get both feet to the top, no rush. Inhale, halfway lift, a flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, reaching tall towards the sky. Don't move your hips. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, reach your hands high. Way to move smooth. Exhale, twist open to the left. They're moving so smooth. Inhale, reach your hands high. Belly tight, butt tight. Exhale, cactus the arms. That grace is control. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, swan dive down to the floor. And that control is actual strength. Inhale, halfway lift, a flat spine. Exhale, fold, step just your left foot to the back of the mat. Just lefty's going to step back there. And again, doesn't have to be as deep as the other side. Oil change. How your knees, ankles, hips, and toes. Shift forward and backward a few times. Nice, and getting some pops out. Shift side to side, right? Because I want to be able to move forward and backward. I want to be able to move side to side. I want to be able to spin and rotate. Then start to pivot, rotate, gyrate, sensate. How you feeling? How's your stuff? Is anything speaking to you? Just breathe. Just listen. Let it vent a little bit. When you're ready, come back to neutral. Left hand plants. Right hand reaches all the way up towards the sky, wrapping the heart, wrapping the ribs, wrapping the belly. Let that head hang a little bit. Sometimes my neck just pops. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, bring the right hand down. Drop the left knee down to the floor. Low crescent lunge. Once you are maximally stable, it's going to reach your hands high towards the sky. Again, relaxing the shoulders down, tight belly, as deep of a lunge as you can while being stable. Bring the hands behind the head, y'all, and start to open your heart up towards the sky, kind of like you're being plucked up by that tractor beam, but the belly's tight and the butt's tight. Inhale, reaches your hands high. We're going to twist open to the right, right hand behind, left hand in front, just reaching those arms apart now from this separate leg lunge position, marking the differences. Take one more inhale, more space. Stay. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, half split. Bring your hands down around your front foot, shift your hips back, and straighten your right leg. And breathe, because it's really easy to start. Breathe. This is not the place for that. Oil change. Can we be calm? Can we bring composure to the situation? Even if it's veritable fire, point your toes forward. Flex your toes back. Ooh, relax your head a little, Jason. Yeah, there you go, brother. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, let's go ahead and start turning them out to the right, turning them out to the left. Finding your magma, finding your fire. Good job, y'all. Oof. Now, if that's enough, righteous. If you want a little bit more things to feel, plant your left hand and take your right hand all the way up towards the sky. Wrapping the heart, wrapping the ribs, wrapping the belly. Noticing when those toes want to go forward or turn away. Notice when that leg wants to bend a little bit, and taking your time. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Nice. Spin back into your right knee. Tuck the left toe, lift the left knee, so we're back to that stable, strong lunge. Left hand plants. Inhale, your right hand reaches all the way up towards the sky. Open, twist. Bring the right hand down to the inside of your right foot, creating a little space. You can gaze back and see your left heel. It's beautiful. Seal your heel down at a 45-degree angle. Maybe you need to step it in closer. Nice. That way you can really press and firm up. Left hand to the hip, a whole lot of sass. No rush getting there. And then that shoulder opening is going to start guiding the rest of the torso, the chest, the ribs, the belly, all of this cranking open. Again, the legs are still strong, crushing or tearing the mat, whatever's helping you. Toes can grip the floor, booty's nice and tight, and you can breathe. From there, you're going to take your left hand all the way up towards the sky. And again, this is awkward. This is not a casual place to be. You're doing fantastic. If you can breathe here, take the top hand forward. If you can't breathe there, don't be there. It's a simple rule for pretty much everything, except for diving, I guess. But you're going to wrap your heart open a little bit more. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, bring your left hand down to the floor. Nice. Drop the left knee down as well. Lizard, cat, cow, my favorite. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, dome, curl, and round. And I swear, one of these days, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put on just a 30-minute class on like BSY TV or something, where it's just lizard, cat, cow the whole time. Because if there's one thing I can give you from your time with me, it is right meow. Right meow, my friends. This is the truth. So great. I suffer from a lot of low back pain, and if I just drop down here at least once a day, alleviates so many of my issues personally. I can only speak from my experience though. Awesome, y'all. As you're ready, tuck that left toe, lift the left knee. Let's powerfully step back to downward facing dog. A lot of strength, a lot of grace, a lot of control. Beautiful. Inhale is going to shift you forward, high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale shifts you forward, high plank position. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. If you need to drop a knee or two, that's completely fine. Point your toes to the back of the room. Press the tops of the feet down and flex your glutes. I want you to tighten your belly and inhale, start to push your heart forward and float your heart off of the floor. Hands off the floor for a little more variation. Regardless, I don't want you pressing into the hands. Inhale, lift a little bit more with the muscles of the back. And exhale, release. Lengthen your arms long behind you like wings. Clasp them into one giant fist over your tailbone. Sweet. From there, begin to juice your knuckles down towards your heels, opening your chest up, and then inhale as the floor becomes lava. Inhale, lift everything up off the floor as you can. Tight belly, breath is nice and calm. You're lengthening out of the crown of your head. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together. If you'd like to float your feet, that's awesome, but the big toes are touching. The booty is squeezing. Inhale a little bit more, and release. Plant your hands next to your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank position, big push up. Knees are welcome. Exhale, downward facing dog, shifting up and back. Continue to take your time. That child's pose that we took at the beginning of class, always there for you. We're going to keep moving though. Inhale is going to lift your right leg high into the sky. Take a moment right there, just noticing how that feels. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in, touch your face, soft. Inhale, right leg kicks up. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Left hand plants, right hand reaches up, that open twist. And bring the right hand down. Step your left foot up to meet the right. Big toes touch, bang. Drop your seat nice and low. Slowly reach your hands forward and then all the way up towards the sky. Chair pose. Chair pose, we call it, it's a little more like a high stool. So again, don't worry so much about the depth. The belly's nice and tight, shoulders are relaxed. And from there, I want you to reach the hands forward. and then gaze down. If you can't see your toes, shift more weight back into your heels, and with these hands reaching forward, maybe now you can start to sink back into that chair. Then I want you to reach your right hand back behind you, just like we were doing with that standing open twist, except now we're in a lot of hip flexion, and it changes the game. Take an inhale, sit a little lower if you can. As you inhale, rise up, straighten the legs, reach the arms high, and exhale, swan dive all the way down to the floor, graceful. Inhale, halfway lift, a flat spine. Exhale, fold, and step just your left foot to the back of the room. Seal the heel down. Warrior one is going to slowly float the hands forward and then all the way up towards the ceiling. Breath calm, face calm. Let's again clasp those hands behind our low back, just like we did on the floor a few moments ago. Begin to juice your knuckles down to the ground, inhaling, opening up. And just stay. One more inhale, open up a little bit more. We're going to slowly start to move into what's called humble warrior. You're going to start to hinge forward, belly nice and tight. Again, press into that back leg. It's going to help you keep your balance as you slowly start to dive that right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. And let the head hang, and this gets very precarious down here, right? So trust your breath, trust your legs, trust your pelvic floor as we build a little bit of control at a tight, low depth. Take an inhale. Stay. Begin to pull yourself up and out of this. Inhale is going to reach you all the way back up. Hands are going to reach high. You're going to fill up with an inhale, and exhale is going to open you up, warrior two. You widen the stance a little bit, take up some space. No rush to get there whatsoever. Breath is calm. Shoulders are relaxed down. We're opening and spreading in all directions. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse. Reach all the way up and back. Exhale, return to warrior two. Nice. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse. Reach all the way up and back. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Shazam. Yes. And come back to your breath. As you are ready, inhale is going to lift your left leg high into the sky. You're going to hold it right there, again, noticing how that makes you feel as a person. Take one more inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in. Are you the same person? Inhale, left leg kicks up into the sky. Exhale, step through between your hands gently. No rush to get there ever. Right hand plants, left hand reaches all the way up towards the sky, creating space. Slowly bring the left hand down. Seal your right heel down. From here, we're going to slowly begin our ascent into our warrior one. So you're going to slowly float the hands, reach them forward, reach them all the way up towards the sky. And the breath is calm and the face is calm. Now from here, go ahead and clasp your hands behind your low back. Yes. Begin to juice your knuckles down towards your heels, opening up through the heart, taking your time. Breath calm, face calm. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, humble warrior is going to slowly start to pull the heart all the way down and in. Breath is calm, face is calm. Wonderful job. Ninjas, breathe. Now, take one more inhale down here. Stay. As you inhale, pull yourself all the way back up, all the way back up, all the way back up. Reach those hands nice and high. And then as you exhale, warrior two. Open up the stance. Breath is calm, face is calm, and we're able to take up a whole bunch of space here. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse, reach all the way up and back. Exhale, return to warrior two. Nice. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse, reach all the way up and back. Now, as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Step your right foot up to meet the left. Boom, big toes touch. Drop your seat nice and low. Chair pose, sweeping your hands high towards the sky. And again, the breath is calm and the face is calm. Wonderful. From here, reach the hands forward. See if you can't sit a little bit lower. Press your back into the back of the chair. And then reach your left hand back behind you as you open wide. Take an inhale. Sit a little lower. Inhale up and out of this. Reach all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, swan dive gracefully down to the floor. Wonderful. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold, hands plant, step back to your downward facing dog. Yes, wonderful job, my friends. Okay, just a little bit more of the heat, and then we're going to start cooling it down. You've got this. Inhale is going to lift your right leg high into the sky. Bend into your right knee, stack the right hip on top of the left. Take one more inhale. Exhale, curl in and step between your hands. Yes, ninjas. Left hand plants, right hand reaches up towards the sky. Oh, hey. And slowly bring the right hand down. From here, we're going to stay on the ball of the left foot as we move into high crescent lunge. So from here, you're going to slowly start to float the hands forward and then all the way up towards the sky. Again, using the ball of the left foot. If you'd rather drop down to warrior one, drop down to warrior one. You can steal the back heel. You can do whatever you want. But relax the shoulders, tighten the belly, tighten the stance. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reach your hands high. Clasp your hands behind the low back. Yes, yes, yes. Begin to juice the knuckles down towards the floor, opening up through the heart. Now we're going to start hinging forward like we're going to be moving into that humble warrior. From there, you're going to load the front leg. You're going to start toeing the back foot into the ground to where you can just take off. And so you're going to press out of that cobra, right? That nice open heart, that left heel driving towards the back of the room. And then in time, once you have control, all of this extension active, every muscle active down her entire body, then you can start tick-tocking to a capital T. But don't feel like you have to be a capital T because you're much more than a letter. You've got a few more breaths, nice and calm. What I'd like everyone to do is slowly start to release the grip, reach the hands back, and see if you can't land back into a high crescent lunge. Seal the back heel, and then Shazam your way into warrior two. Yep, Shazam, that's it. And then we're there, and I just love that movement. Wonderful way to open up. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse all the way up and back, and exhale, return to warrior two. Now these next two poses get spicy. Stay with me, it's nothing you can't handle. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse. You're gonna start to straighten the front leg. You're gonna reach that left hand up and grab onto the right wrist. Oh, it's so nice, cool. From here, we're gonna start sassing the hips back, and reach that right hand as far forward as you can. Like someone's just pulling you by the wrist. Come with me, Jason. And then tick that right hand down to shin to block the floor. Press into something. And then reach your left hand up towards the sky. Wrapping the heart, the ribs, the belly. Flexing the glutes, strong legs, pistons, right? And then lengthening that rebar spine out the side. Take an inhale. Stay. Inhale, reverse. Press out of that front foot all the way up and back. Now as you exhale, we're going to come down to pyramid pose. Cartwheel your hands down around the front foot and step the back foot in generously, sealing the back heel and folding over the right leg. Now this can be as far as we take it. For me, this is a very wonderful a subsect of Firetown. But if you're like, hey, we got on this bus, on this road trip to Firetown, I want to see the Capitol building, dang it, then come on. Let's do it. You're going to take your left hand to the inside of the right foot, and this is only if we're going to move on. From here, you're going to use that left hand, and if you need a book or a block or a water bottle or a cat, anything underneath your hand is helpful. Some more than others. From there, you're going to lengthen your heart a little bit further, so you use that left hand to press your heart forward, like cobra. From there, she's going to take your right hand to her hip crease, where her leg becomes a hip Legos. It's pretty cool. And she's going to use that right hand to start pressing her butt back. As she continues to lengthen her heart forward and press her butt back, she has now maximized the length in her spine. I then want her to start wrapping her shoulder, her ribs, her belly open towards me, towards the right side of the room, and maybe start sliding that hand a little more sassily to the low back. And then from there, she can start taking her right hand safely up towards the sky. At any point, if she feels cranking through this, she can stop and progressively adapt there, right? And again, if we're still in pyramid, excellent work. Take 2 more breaths. I know you're feeling darn near everything. Got a lot of feelings. I'm feeling all of them. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, bring the right hand down to the floor. Turn every toe to the left side of the room. Wide-legged forward fold. Oh, sweet nectar. Hallelujah. And take a breath. Yeah, maybe kind of shift side to side. Bend into the right leg, bend into the left leg. Nice job, ninjas. From here, let's take that right hand and grab the left ankle. So you might need to narrow the stance, and that's completely fine. And just use that anchor point to kind of pull the upper body away. And you're going to start opening up that scapula, something fierce. It's one of my favorite little stretches. If you'd like to take your left hand to your hip and get sassy, cool. If you'd like to take your left hand up towards the sky, you can, though it's not necessary. I really just like this little anchor pull. It's really, really nice. Good, y'all. And then when y'all are ready, take an inhale. I want you to slowly release the fingers, crawl the hands forward towards the front of the room. I want you to step back, downward facing dog, long, strong, in charge. Come back to your breath. Let's finish the hard stuff. Inhale's going to lift your left leg high into the sky. Bend into your left knee, stack the left hip on top of the right, open up like a drunk, angry scorpion. Meh. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in, and step through between your hands. Nice. Right hand plants. Inhale, your left hand reaches all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the left hand down. We're going to be moving to high crescent lunge again, so you're on the ball of your right foot. Slowly begin to float the hands all the way forward and then up towards the ceiling. Again, the breath is calm, the face is calm. If you need to shorten the stance or anything, I want you to be maximally stable. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, cactus the arms, belly and butt and legs still tight. Inhale, reach up. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind your low back again. This time, take the other thumb on top. For me, the grip feels very strange. Begin to juice your knuckles down towards your heels, opening up through the heart. From there, begin to slowly hinge forward. Again, with a long spine and engaged belly, you're going to start toeing out of that right foot to load the left leg. And the more energy you can Van Damme or Chuck Norris at that back wall, the more energy you can shoot out of your right heel, the easier it will be to balance. And notice how meticulous they've been, right? There's no rush to getting into this position. All we're trying to do is balance, and balance well, mind you, right? And then in time, it'll get deeper, whatever that necessarily means, but more importantly, we are just standing on one leg, putting Life Alert out of business. From there, y'all, I want you to just release the fingers so that they can spread, lengthen that right toe to the back of the mat, and see if you can't land and turn this into Warrior Two. So you'll seal the heel down. Yeah, you can cartwheel the arms. You can add a little expression with it, which is awesome. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse, reach all the way up and back, and exhale, return to Warrior Two. Flip your front palm, inhale, reverse, reach all the way up and back, and exhale, return to Warrior Two. Last bit of Spice Town. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse, grab the left hand with your right and pull it back as you straighten that front leg. Beautiful. From here, we're going to slowly move into triangle. You're going to release, sass the hips back and reach that left hand as far forward as you can, and then tick that left hand down, tuck that right hand up, and wrap the heart, the ribs, the belly open. Breath calm, face calm, booty nice and tight, toes digging into the clay. You've got 2 more breaths. Stay with your strength. Inhale. Stay. Inhale, reverse. Up and out of that basement, because none of this is going to last forever. Right on. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot, pyramid pose. Step the back foot in close, and slowly fold over that left leg. And again, no rush. You can add some wiggles here. You can let the head hang. You can use blocks, books, kitties, whatever you have again. And once again, if you find yourself in this position and you're like, yo, this is good, this is enough, this is Fire Town, that's fantastic. But if you're like, I could go a little bit deeper, then let's go. But again, breathe and take your time. You're going to take your right hand to the inside of your left foot, just to start, right? From there, you're going to use that hand to press into the floor to lengthen your spine a little longer, getting your heart and your head far from your hip. From there, you're going to take your left hand. Kiana's going to take your left hand and put it right in this hip crease, where that leg becomes a hip. Legos. It's so cool. She's going to start driving that hip point back, again, lengthening the spine and oftentimes squaring if there's ever a dysfunction happening. From there, she's going to slowly start to open her left shoulder, rib cage, and belly towards the left side of the room as she slides her left hand to her back if that's feeling comfy. From there, comfy of course being very relative. From there, she's going to take her left hand all the way up towards the sky, spreading and creating space and tension. I see the shakes. You're doing awesome, working into those end ranges. Breathe wherever you are, and you're going to feel darn near everything, so don't fall into silence. Release that tension. It's being inefficient in your body right now. 2 more breaths. Who are you when you're uncomfortable? This is who we are. Let's practice. 1 more inhale. And slowly bring that left hand down. Nice, ninjas. From there, I'd like everyone to turn their toes to the right side of the room. Wide, legged, forward, fold, and relax. Maybe shift side to side. Maybe put some weight into the toesies, the ankies, the heels. From there, take your left hand and grab your right ankle. So left hand's going to grab the right ankle, and then you can just use that anchor point to find different nooks and crannies. So as you can see, right, opening the chest towards the ceiling versus closing it down is going to have different effects, right? Exactly. Rotating that shoulder down as opposed to open is going to find different nooks and crannies. And these 2 wonderful folks are doing an awesome job of exploring. From here, let's slowly release, crawl the hands forward towards the front of the room, gang, and step back to downward facing dog. Yes. Excellent job. From here, gaze forward. Bring your palms together, your hands close together. Yeah, there we go. Step your right foot to the outside of the right hand, Step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop your seat nice and low into that deep, deep squat. Breath calm, face calm. Excellent. Maybe roll the neck around a few times. Good. And bring the hands down to the floor. From here, slowly fold the chin into the chest and begin to straighten your legs as you move to a slightly wider forward fold. Good. Bend into the knees generously, hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Nice and easy. Inhale is going to lift your right leg high into the sky. Bend into the right knee, stack the right hip on top of the left again. Take one more inhale. Exhale, pigeon pose. Actually, we are going to take this into the starts of pigeon and hit our shin box. So from here, I'm going to slide my right knee behind my right wrist, slightly to the outside of it. I'll sit my hips to the right and just slide my left knee to the sole of the right foot. Nice. And then let's slowly just begin to fold forward, gang. Little baby pigeon. And just breathe and taking your time. And again, wiggles, very, very helpful. Right? Shifting my shoulders side to side, shifting my hips side to side, rolling my neck side to side, any variable, right? Because I'd like my body to be bulletproof and prepared regardless of what life is going to throw at me. And it doesn't stop throwing stuff at you if you haven't noticed. I have. Take a few breaths. Good. Now, as you're ready, we're going to slowly start to press ourselves up into our hands and then just slide that left leg long, and we've made our way into pigeon. Now, if we need a variation, Jason here is going to come to his back and move to figure 4. So from there, you've lengthened that left leg back, you've relaxed the hips down, let's open up, and then as you're ready, slowly begin to fold forward, taking some time with the hip. Right, and again, this figure 4, very, very wonderful. Now, both of these awesome humans can change so much by simply moving, right? He can tuck and untuck his tailbone. She can really shift her shoulders side to side, which is nice in this position. And again, you're just loosening up all these areas of the hip, of the low back, the quad, of the hamstring. Oh, it's almost like it's all connected or something. I don't know. And just take a few more breaths. This takes time. And again, bring that breath here because this is an easy place to start. Notice, right, those patterned responses. Notice the patterns, right? How do we react to discomfort? I get mad. I throw tantrums. I like hide. I project. I hermit. All at the same time. It's crazy, right? Notice those patterns, and then we can use this breath and this practice to start reconditioning, right? So that instead of just, right, throwing a tantrum whenever I get uncomfortable, we can take a breath and maybe plug in a different reaction, more in line with the values that you hold as a person, whatever those are. As you're ready, you're going to start pressing up into your hands just for a moment, because again, we're just going to plop that booty out to the right, and Jason's just going to come and sit up and lengthen his left leg to the top left corner. And then we're in a little figure 4 on the floor. Let's reach the hands high. Let's shift over the left leg and fold over the left leg. And again, just take your time, because I've just said it before and I'll say it again. Touching your foot doesn't matter. Doesn't define you as a person. I know plenty of extremely rude people who can touch their toes. Doesn't seem to help them very much. So just breathe and work with what you got. How's the low back? How's your neck? How are your shoulders? How are your hips? Can you bring composure to this situation? Because you know it's not going to last very much longer. So practice for 2 more breaths. Yeah, nice variation. Now, when you're ready, gang, let's slowly start to come up. Nice variation over there, Kiana. Let's reach that right hand high. Plant the right hand down behind. Let's move into stargazer. Right knee, left heel, right hand. Bam, everything else lifting up into the sky. Nice catch. Yes. Take one more inhale and exhale, slowly lower down. Y'all look so awesome. Let's go ahead and swing all the way around to downward facing dog, because I do want to go ahead and stack our hip one more time. One last side, gang. Keep breathing. You're doing awesome. How do we finish the things that we begin? Right? Finish the things that you start, because how you do one thing is how you do all things. Right? Be meticulous. The details matter. Inhale, left leg lifts high into the sky in all contexts. Bend into the left knee, stack the left hip on top of the right. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly start to move into half pigeon. Left knee behind the left wrist, left foot up and over behind the right. And then again, we'll just plop out to the left. So pigeon's a little bit much for me right now, so we'll warm it up with the little shin box. Pull that right knee to the sole of the left foot and slowly begin to fold
all the way down.
And take your time as you find the depth that works for you. And again, shift side to side. Roll the head. Different options. I'm loving the wiggles y'all are putting in. Seriously, again, it's all about finding those different areas. I want everything accounted for. There's so many degrees. So many little deep, dark corners we just have to shed some light on first, and then we can clear it out. Just takes time again. Take one more inhale. Slowly begin to press yourself up, and we can go ahead and move into pigeon or a modification. Again, Kiana's going to slide her right leg back. Again, working to square her hips, adjusting as she needs to, right? She's messing with her leg, finding the place that she wants to be, and I'm loving that. Jason's coming to his back to move into a figure 4, and then from there, Kiana's going to go ahead and fold all the way down to the floor. Again, whatever's working for you, all of them are wondrous. And if you're still just like, hey, shin box was doing it for me, by all means, just still be there. That's cool too. Point is, let's release the hip. And yes, I'm already seeing some wiggles, right? Some slight, very slight. It's hard to see probably where you are, but the slight adjustment, the tucking and untucking of his pelvis. Over here, Kiana's doing the same thing as well as also getting a little bit of lateral movement into her spine, which is, again, just affecting the whole situation. You just got 2 more breaths, y'all. Take one more inhale. You can sigh it out if you like. Now, let's slowly begin to press up into our hands. Kiana, go ahead and sit your butt to the left and swing your right leg to the top right corner. Yay. And yeah, Jason, you just come up with that sit-up roll. And then we're in figure 4 on the floor. Reach the hands high, shift over the right leg, and fold over the right leg. Oh, and again, take your time. There's different variations and options, but really, for this one, I really want you just focused on folding, releasing the low back, releasing the neck, releasing all this tissue, and giving it some time and some space. Yeah, as you can see, Jason's got a nice deep bend in his knee because that's a wonderful place to start. And then through progressive adaptation, it'll work towards straighter. Good job. Take one more inhale. And stay. And then inhale, slowly begin to rise up. Let's reach that left hand high. Let's plant it down behind us. Let's move into Stargazer. Left knee, right heel, left hand, lift all. Ooh, that was a good pop. Lift all of that up. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down. Wonderful. I want you to just hug both knees into your chest so you can come to your back so we can close with a wonderful little spinal twist. I want you to open the arms to a T or maybe to a W. Drop both knees over to the right side of the room and gaze to the left. And again, if you need to adjust your hips or anything, that's cool. But I want you to take 3 giant breaths and notice how the internal change affects the whole stretch, right? Because usually we think about affecting the stretch from the outside, but if you actually just move into this twist and then increase your breath, your inhale, you're going to feel a difference in the stretch through the hips, through the shoulders, through the chest, the whole thing. Take one more inhale. And then when you're ready, and only then, slowly bring your knees back up through center. I'd like you to drop them over to the left side of the room. Nice adjustments. And then gaze to the right side of the room. And then you've got 3 giant breaths. Nice. Take one more. Maybe you sigh, that's cool. Slowly bring your knees back up through center. When you're ready, I want you to give yourself one final squeeze, one final huge hug. If there's anything else that you need, of course, we swim at the public pool, but give yourself one final inhale, squeeze, and exhale, Shavasana, lengthening the arms long, the legs long, letting the head fall, taking up some space and relaxing, letting the awareness of the breath fall away, done. And enjoy. It's a hard place to get, often a harder place to be, very telling, very important. Can you let things be? Can you integrate? And wonderful work. Now, feel free to stay here as long as you like. As long as you might need. Right? Two very different things. But in the next few breaths, if you'd like, start to deepen your breath. Start to add a little wiggle to the fingers, the toes. Starting small and then slowly growing larger. And then in the next few breaths, only when you're ready, rolling over to one side or the other, comfortable little fetal position, just like you're curling over, the sun's peeking in the room. 5 more minutes, please. And then in the next few breaths, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position where we can close class together. But again, if you're still in Shavasana at home, stay. I encourage you to stay there as long as you can. But for the sake of our time together, we're going to close by bringing our hands to heart center. Right? And again, it's all about the perspective and the composure that you bring to the situation. Right? Things can be on fire. You don't have to be on fire. You can bring composure to the situation, help put them out. Right? It's all about finding the silver linings and understanding that we've got to take care of ourselves. We've got to take our time, and we've got to take care of those around us because we're all in this together. Right? And it's tough facing our stuff. It's so tough facing our stuff. Way to face some of your stuff because it's going to carry over to everything. Right? It's all connected. On behalf of On It, Black Swan Yoga, Kiana, Jason, and myself, JJ, thank you so much for taking this time. Keep putting it in, right? Whether it's with us or anywhere, just keep putting in time with whatever discipline you can. And from our heart to yours, with all the love that we have, truly with love and respect. Namaste.